So basically someone would come, to any kind of website, for example, yours, and they would see this here the whole time. So as you're scrolling down, you'll see it's always there. We've done research on this. No one cannot click on this bubble, right? So it's 100% click-through rate on that, unless they come back for a second time. If they come back for a second time, they already know that. This can also be changed out at any time. So they see it and you can put any kind of, notation here. So basically they click on it, and then they're going to have a 30-second video or a 60-second video or anywhere in between. Actually, at 0 to 90 seconds, we always say, hey, keep it as short as possible, because people's attention spans, they don't want to watch a long video.
Very short.
Exactly. So you would have, basically, hey, how's it going? Welcome to Upscriber. This is what we're all about. Click below for 20% off, or whatever banner you want to put in here. So basically, I call it the warm welcome widget for your website. If you come to most websites, it's just a bunch of information. You've got an embedded video here, which is great. Video, I'm a big fan of, but this is always going to be here, and it's always going to pop up like this. So this would maybe be, your CEO or, whoever's representing the company, kind of just to do a quick 30-second video about what you guys are about, what you do, how you can help, and then offer them either to, like in this example, it's book a time. So, I want people to get on my calendar, or I want them to have a coupon for something, right? Or a free value of some kind, maybe a lead magnet or something like that. But actually through here, so that runs through, and as you can see, that's there, and they can go ahead and take their action. So I'll take you a little behind the scenes of this. So here we've got, the actual design of it. So I've created this red border here just to kind of make it stand out a little bit with this red here, right? So that it kind of looks, like that.
Sense.
We could also make it blue here, basically just branding your colors. So that's very easy to do. You can change out all these different options here. And then also same this, choose below, maybe we want to say, save now, right? And say maybe there's just one call to action, which is, for example, a coupon, right? So you can change that out. Everything is customizable, in other words, right? Same thing with this one here, special $100 off, maybe it's, hey, click here, check this out. You want some kind of intriguing call to action. That just adds to it. They see the bubble there. Most likely they are going to click on it, but this basically just adds a little bit more of an element as far as, taking them to the next step. You want to kind of tell your audience what to do, right? And then so it can be a circle, it can be a square, different sizes. These are just basically all the different options on that. And then as far as the channels are concerned, there are many different options. You can have someone, text you, email you, as you can see, there's a bunch, right? Maybe get into your messenger, book a time, or do an iframe, which would be something, directly within that. So for example, here on my local Thrive site, I've got, text us, and this goes to the back end of my CRM. So it builds directly in there, and everything is within the actual app there. So as you can see, there's many different ways of going about that. And, here's some different examples of people, like, for example, this guy here, right? He's got 4 different calls to action. We usually recommend 1 or 2, but he likes to have a lot here just to kind of give people options. With this, this is a club, fitness club. So they've got view classes, instructors, and then pricing as their, direct calls to action. This is another guy. This is a community site. So same deal, just to kind of give you some other examples of what that's all about. So as far as the actual, video is concerned here, it's very easy. You can record directly into the app. So here I am, I'm live, I'll get a countdown. As soon as I hit record here, we'll go ahead and record it and we'll upload it up. So that's one option. You can also record it externally through this upload button. And then when you have multiple videos, you can put everything, say, for example, you want to run a special for 1 week, right? And you have a generic video here, you just pop that in your video library and then come back to that later on. So lots of different options there. And that is pretty much an overview. Do you have any questions?
Oh, wow, that's pretty amazing. Like, what inspired this?
Well, we did some research. So I run Local Thrive, which is a digital marketing agency. We help local businesses thrive with different various, I like to think of it as results driven creative marketing, right? So I come from the creative side, but it's all about results, right? You have to know the ROI, coming in on, your whatever you're getting, whatever service you're getting. So I always want to maximize that and make sure that there's always a return on investment from anyone who invests. So what we found out was people don't like talking to a robot. So the little chat that it's there, right? We just through research, I talked to a lot of people, and they're not really like they'd rather have something a little more personal. So that's when I came up with the idea. What if we had instead of just all automation and AI, and chat driven, what if it was something more along the lines of really building that know, like, and trust very quickly, because we all know that's important, and adding that authenticity and that personality to the website, right? And so that was where we came up with the idea of actually putting, you know, the human touch, the actual person behind the website right there. So when they click on it, they see exactly who is behind the website, right? So it's not a cold website, it warms it up. That's why we call it the warm welcome widget. And you're on mute.
Yes, the warm welcome, the warm welcome. Yes, that makes perfect sense. So, like, when did you start?
So we've been working with this for about a year and a half. I'm one of the co-founders. We got another buddy that I work with, and then we have a complete dev team. So they build out everything. We get inspiration even from customers. They say, "Hey, what if you were to do this?" So we'd like to try out different things, and if things, if it's not being maximized, then we don't use it. We remove it. So we want to keep it very robust, and all it is just a source of code that goes on your website, goes into the header, and once that piece of code is in the back end of your website, you never need to change it again. You can change out as many videos as you want, and it's always going to pop up there because it's already kind of embedded on your website. It just overlays on your website, so it's not like it's slowing your website down.
That's impressive. Wow, wow, wow. That's impressive, Jamie. Wow.
Yeah. So for our most of our clients, we've got actually three different plans, but for most of our clients, they go with the middle one, which is the pro plan, and that
Mhm.
is where we completely white glove the entire service. So for you, for example, all you would do is actually shoot the video, send it to us via Dropbox. And then we upload it, we optimize it, we tweak everything to make sure that it looks great on your site. And also on that pro plan, we're going to meet once a month and give you all the analytics as to how many people are actually coming to that bubble, clicking on it, how long they're watching for, and what we can do to improve conversions, because this is a conversion booster. When people come to your website, your whole goal is to have them buy from you, and this basically takes it to another level, right? So you're building that know, like, and trust. As you know, there may be 6 or 7 touches before someone actually purchases from you, right? But this is just kind of propelling that a little bit. So it boosts conversions. We've found on average by at least 50%. So people come to the site, they see it, you say, "Hey, how you doing?" Click below. You always want to kind of lead your website visitor to take a specific call to action, right? So I always say, what is the one call to action that you want your visitor to do? For you guys, maybe it's, "Hey, get on a meeting. We'd like to show you this in person for 15 minutes. Or maybe it is opt into our 4 emails that we're going to send over about how to get more memberships, more subscriptions, right? Maybe it's like a video tutorial series, anything that encourages them to learn more about you.
Wow, wow, wow. I've never thought of that. Oh, that's pretty decent, and by 50% you say conversion rates.
Because what's happening is most people that come to a website, they kind of look around personally, and we do
Yeah.
website design too for local businesses, and we build a one-page website, right? So for local businesses, which is a little different than what you guys are doing, it's all about the basic information. If someone comes to a dentist, they want to know, where the location is, what the hours are, who the staff is, and of course, who the actual dentist is behind that, right? So that's one example. So we try to keep things very simple, very modern looking, and very to the point. And so this kind of helps with someone who's got kind of a busy site, like a lot going on. When you place this on there, people, tend to click on it and see what you're all about. Whether or not they're going to take an action or not, that's totally up to them. We don't know, but this encourages them because it's within the widget. Same thing with the texting, as I showed you before, it will text
Yeah.
directly within the widget. It doesn't go to another page or anything like that. It's all within there. So they instantly know that they can, get in communication with you.
Yeah, that's crazy. I actually like it because let's say someone goes on the website and they really can't bother with, all that reading stuff. That bubble right there is just so obvious. They literally can't hide from it. It's just easy to click and just right there and then, they can start. What I should ask you, is the audio like immediate as soon as they go on the website, or do they have to click on it and then enable the audio to
Yeah.
hear what? Oh, so they have
Yeah,
to
Vannado,
enable.
that's a good question. Basically, what it is a 5-second GIF. So that's the first 5 seconds of you when you do your video. So I usually
Mhm.
say, hey, do something like this because it's waving and people love waving. So that's why you see, like, on there, for example, it's someone talking and they're going like this. Hey, how you doing? Jamie Buck here, and welcome to ClickBubble, right? So it's going to take that first 5 seconds and it's just going to loop it. It's just going to repeat it and there's no sound. So once they click on it, that's when the sound pops up.
Wow, wow. Well done, Jamie. Well done. Well done. Well done. Well done. Wow.